So, back in 2010, I took a trip to Berlin, and there I was, and people could tell that I wasn't from there, and they would ask me, where are you from? I say, New York. And then they say, okay, are you here for business or for pleasure? And I say, neither, really. I'm here to buy a car. And then they're like, well, it must be a nice car. Is it a Porsche, a BMW? And I say, no, not that kind of car. I'm here to buy a 15-year-old Volkswagen ambulance that I found off Craigslist for $1,500. And they're like, what? Why are you doing that? And I say, well, this summer I'm doing this thing called the Mongol Rally, and we're driving from London 10,000 miles to the other side of the planet in Mongolia, and that's what I'm going to drive. So I had never done anything like this before, but 2 months later, I'm in New Jersey, and I'm talking to this mechanic, and he's giving me a list of things I needed to get. I was feeling pretty good. I managed to assemble a team and get the car, and I'm talking to this guy, and then this guy comes around, and he overhears the conversation, and is like, wait, where are you going? And I say, well, I'm going to be in England, France, through Germany, Czech Republic, through Slovakia, Serbia, Hungary, get to Greece, then cross through Turkey, up through Georgia, Azerbaijan, cross the Caspian Sea by ferry, all the way across Kazakhstan, up to the Siberian Russian mountains, and then into Mongolia. That's where I'm going. And he says, are you ready for this? And I'm like, yeah, why? I got a car, I got a team, what more do I need? And it turned out this guy was a ex-Army Ranger who was stationed in the Caucasus during the Bosnia conflict. So he knew what he was talking about. And he was like, so if your car breaks down, you have anybody on your team with mechanical skills? No. What if somebody gets hurt? You have any medical skills? No. Language skills? Anybody speak Russian in case you need to ask for help? No. So he went on for the next hour going item by item, listing out all these things that I'm supposed to do to keep myself alive and that I wasn't going to do, and I was probably going to die, right? So 2 days later, I'm on a flight. I fly to Berlin. My teammate picks me up in this giant yellow ambulance, who's from the airport. It's pretty awesome. And what's the first thing that happens? I lose my backpack, and everything that was part of the plan went out the window. I'm talking all my money, video camera, and my laptop with maps and everything, plus my international driving permit. So at that point, I was like, man, I want to leave. I want to go home. But my team was counting on me, so I pushed on forward. And 7,000 miles later, I find myself on the border between Kazakhstan and Russia, right? The border guard wouldn't let us through. We didn't understand why. And so I'm there with my team, and there's another team, it was a UK group. And this soldier comes around, and he takes one of the UK guys into this interrogation room. And we all got pretty nervous. We didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know what the problem was and what was going to happen in that room. So Mark comes back. His name was Mark. 20 minutes later, and he was all flustered and frustrated, and he said, we have a problem. We have to call the US Embassy right away. And so as I was getting escorted into this room, I'm looking at Mark like, okay, these guys are pretty prepared. I mean, he's pulling out his BlackBerry, he's got his Lonely Planet, and I didn't have any of that. And he's got a British accent. He sounds like James Bond. And he couldn't get through this. And I'm just a software engineer. What the hell do I know? So I get into this room. It's a small, tiny room. There's a table. There's 2 chairs. There's an official sitting at the chair. And there was a soldier by the door with a gun. And so I didn't know what to do. But I figured, well, I might as well be friendly. And so I walk in there and say, hey, how's it going? And before we get started, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. There are 3 people in the room. Why are there 2 chairs? Are you telling me that I have to stand while you sit? That's not fair. And of course, I was being sarcastic, right? And that's my version of being friendly. So he's looking at me like, you want chair? I was like, no, I'm just kidding. So he stands up, he leaves the room, and he comes back with this metal folding chair under his arm, right? And I'm thinking at that moment, either he's going to beat the crap out of me, or everything will be okay. So he sets the chair right beside me, and I sit down. And he spends the next 20 minutes impressing upon me that, oh, we don't have these stamps, and we might go to jail. And I'm sitting there not taking him seriously and being like, oh, you can't be serious. Come on. Yeah, that's not real. BS, blah, blah, blah. And at one point I say, hold on. I turn to the soldier who's standing by the door, and I say to him, you think I look Kazakh? And they're looking at me like, what's wrong with this guy? Like 5 minutes ago, the UK guy was in there sweating bullets trying to negotiate this thing. And I asked him, do I look like a Kazakh? So the border official was like, okay, I wonder what the soldier's going to say. And the soldier says, yeah, I guess you look Kazakh. And I said, well, I'm not. I'm Chinese. He says, okay. And then I look at him and I say, actually, you sort of look Chinese. And at this point, the official starts smirking, right? As if I just insulted him and his mom. And the soldier was confused. He didn't know whether he was offended or I was just making a comment. And then I said, well, you actually sort of look like my brother. We could be brothers, you know. And then the official starts laughing, and then the soldier starts laughing. And we spend the next 20 minutes talking about life in New York, what a bagel is, what a pizza tastes like. And then 20 minutes after that, I come out of the interrogation room. Mark's on the phone talking to the US Embassy, trying to explain what the hell we were doing there. And I say, $20. So we got through that. So if there's one message I wanted to share with everybody, it's simply that adventure, it's not exclusive to one group of people. It's not by age or ethnicity or personality or profession. Anybody can really do it, because why? It's not built on preparation. Adventure is built on our ability or our willingness to step outside of our comfort zone, because there's something we really want to do, or a place we really want to go. And I found that when we do that and we're willing to take on these challenges, even though we're completely ill-prepared, you find that we're all pretty capable, creative, and inspiring. Thank you.